Okay, guys, it looks like we are live. And it sounds like my cat's beating down the door again. Mr. Zato, door beater. Butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Hey everybody, we still here. I just had to run and get my glasses and get some water and discourage the cat from pounding on the door. He loves to pound on the door. I'm sure he'll even be back. Pound on the door some more. Alright, we're gonna finish priming some of these rocks. Find a spot for the old keyboard. Cancel. Boo boop. Boop boop boo. Boop. Boop boop boo. Boop. Okay, we have our rocks. Rocky doodle. Dandy. Okay, okay. What is this? gunk. Oh man, gunk on my rocks. Gunk on my rocks. Let's get our gesso. Thanks guys for the likes already. We got 2. I appreciate it. To the anonymous likers. Okay. We got our gesso here. Let me move my mouse out of the way. Hold on a second though. Let's put that over there. We got our paper towel. I thought about doing OBS stream, guys, but you know, YouTube's still being a bummer about horizontal streams, because the first one of these rock painting sessions I did through the, well, no, it was the second one, because the first one I did through my phone. The second one, I think I did horizontally, and we didn't do so hot. We did not do so hot. Oops. Okay, open. We're gonna try to mess around with something real quick, and then I will get to priming these, and then hopefully we can add some color to some of these guys. Okay, that one, and I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if this is possible. Can I stream 2 different streams at the same time? Is that possible on my channel? Let's see. One through OBS and one just straight through YouTube. Let's see. Let me see. It's just an experiment. Pardon me. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Alright. Got that done. And then we will do this. Come on. Come on. Make sure it's turned off. Turn it off. Oop, you don't want the volume on. Do not want the volume on. Okay, menu. Okay. And then gaming stream. Hello. Gaming stream. Come on, pop up here. Do 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 do. Let's see, audio import. Hello, hello. Will it work? Hey, Nico O'Brien, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a great night, evening, day. Well, look at that. We got 444 subs now. I like that number, 444. Makes it real easy. Actually, you know what? Alright, we're just going to get going, because I don't think we're going to get a microphone through my other phone here until I'm done streaming this. Okay, we have our clear, not clear. That's not correct. It's not clear. All right. Let's do these ones first, okay, guys? to keep that on our wax paper so we don't scratch up what we do here. Scratch it up. Okay. We have a little bit more space to play with. Good, you. I just subbed and like, oh, thank you, Nico O'Brien. Thank you so much. How's your evening going? Or is it day? Some people, it's their morning. Some people, it's their afternoon. Some people, it's their evening. Like, it is my evening. It's about 8:10 p.m., which would be 2000 hours and 10 minutes. Okay. We're just priming some rocks to get painted. Hopefully this helps with the paint adhering to the rocks. Okay, so we'll just try to go through these fairly quickly. So we do have a few rocks we already have some color on, but I want to kind of get a lot of these. I don't know how many I should have. There's only so much space on my table. It's about 4 foot wide by 2 foot, 2 foot deep. To put stuff on for the art fair. So usually have a variety of things. This will add to that little, oh shoot, I just got paint. Just flipped the rock over and got paint on our wax paper here. Trying to keep the wax paper a little bit clean. There we go. Hey Oscar, you've been waiting for me to go live. Yeah, sorry Oscar. I meant to go a little earlier, but you know, I got home from work, made late lunch for me and my wife. We had ramen and then zhuzhed up ramen, and then I was so tired I took a nap. But I didn't want to be a complete lump, so I figured I'd get on and at least do a little bit of streaming before I end up having to make dinner. Isn't that funny? You have lunch, fall asleep, sleep for some hours, and then you get up and then it's dinner time. Did I have a good day at work? Yeah, I was really tired though because my wife had me up late the night before. We were watching this show and we were trying to get through the episode, and their episodes are like an hour long. And it was about 1:15 in the morning by the time we finally finished that episode. So it was quite late, and I had to get up at just a little bit after 5 a.m. So that was about 4 hours of sleep. And that for an 8-hour day at work is not a lot. So by the end of my shift, I was really tired. But I knew I was going to have to make lunch when I got home. So, yep. Combination of that and a good lunch put me into sleep mode. Your brother and his girlfriend are making food? Oh, cool. Are they sharing that with you? Alright, we got some of these covered. Yes, I gotta be careful when I put them down. They just want to slide out of my hand and then bash into one another. So I try to remember to keep this on the screen, guys, so that you can see what I'm doing. Some of this has got some gunk on it. Picked up some stuff from somewhere. That's why I put the wax paper down over top my cutting board, or my cutting mat, because my cutting mat I've had for a long time, and kind of got a lot of paint on it and probably some dirt from random projects. So actually I think it's time to get a new cutting mat, but I've been putting off a lot of stuff like that. I don't want to justify the purchase until I'm ready for it. So if I'm not using the cutting mat much, then I don't want to. But I do use this thing quite a bit, so it is time. I need something to put it in so it doesn't sit out, because sometimes the cats will sit on it. So yeah, it'll get dirty. Oh nah, they don't share your food. Nico Bryan said it is day for them. Well, Oscar, I hope you had a great day at school. Just like I had an okay day at work. It was pretty busy for me. Oh, crazy piece of cat hair got stuck in there. And now it is a part of the rock. It got stuck in there from the last priming. These ones will have to get flipped over, and a second coat gets applied to the underside again. I got all my lights on here. I don't know why it seems so dark. Hey, thanks for the emotes, guys. Alright, oops. You said you did have a good day? Well, that's cool. It's nice when you have a good day at school. School can be rough sometimes. I know sometimes I'd have a hard time staying awake, especially after lunchtime. Yeah, I remember in high school, they wanted to put the math class, one of my math classes, right after lunch. And that was not a good... They should have put like art class or something after lunch, because then my attention would have been peaked. Math was, I liked math, but boy, start having to use your brain after lunch put me in sleep mode. think it was like trigonometry class. That, jeez. Of course, you want to put trigonometry right after lunch. So, we're making good time with these rocks. You know what? I feel like even though those first layers, there were some spots where it got scratched. The primer got scratched off. This next layer seems to be covering pretty good. And it's a little bit more scratch resistant. These second layers, so maybe I don't always have to use this clear gesso. Like these ones have the clear gesso, and then I'm doing this fine white gesso. Okay, you can see how there. You can see some of the scratched off gesso under that. Got some chunky bits in our lid. Chunky bits. When is my birthday, Oscar? It is in July. So I had my birthday a few months back there. Back in midsummer. Literally, the middle of July. Right smack dab in the middle of July. So I might be able to sand off some of the junk that ends up in this. Well, get dried chunks of gesso in this. So I might be able to sand that down a little bit with some really light grit sandpaper. Okay, we're making good time. So these ones I'm gonna do the second coat, the first coat of this white stuff. Oh, of course there's a cat hair in it. Your birthday is in April? Oh, okay. So you already had your birthday too. I want to say April is, or was it March? I think it was March. March is like my anniversary for live streaming. So I've had a year and however many months. It's from March. Let's see. It's almost been 3/4 of a year, so we're almost come around next March, it'll be 2 years. But I would say that first year was kind of my pilot year. So since last March, I would say I've been doing more regular streaming, at least streaming 3 times a week. All right, we got that one. You know, it'd be cool to make one of these or a few of these look like golf greens. and then attach a little pole with the little flag on it. That would be kind of cool. I know there's a lot of golfers out there, and they might think that was kind of cool, because it's like, what do you use a rock for? I mean, we still, if you have an office job, you still might use paper, but not like we used to now with the computers. We do a lot of stuff, a lot of clerical stuff or whatever on the computers. But some desks still have paper. Or, you know, if you're into pet rocks, you can have your pet rock out there on your desk. I don't know how teachers feel about that. He said no one else is chatting. That's all right, Oscar. It is kind of a later stream, and I feel like, well, if you're in another country, it could either be kind of late, early morning for you. So usually if I'm streaming like around 10 o'clock, even midnight, you start to see more international folks coming into the live stream, because it's their morning and kind of their day. There's a guy I follow. He's out in California, so he likes to stream a little later. So when it's midnight for me, it's like 10 for him. So that's probably his usual time. So I'm like, I'm ready to go to sleep, or I'm already sleeping by then. So sometimes I don't get to see his live streams, but he does post his videos as VODs on his YouTube channel. And he usually streams on his Twitch channel. Sometimes he'll go live during the day, and I catch him. He does gaming. Hey guys, thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. We are up to 8. Jeez. Amazing. For a rock painting stream, that is pretty amazing. You know, painting rocks can be kind of calming. And my wife was the one that suggested that I do some rocks as stuff to sell at the art fair. So I'll have like prints of some of my paintings. Sometimes I have actual paintings or small paintings that I have in mats, not like full frames, but a matte frame. Some stickers. I have some magnets. I need to do more of those, more magnets and more stickers. So, because my wife bought me some like vinyl printable stickers, so I should try those out. Oh man, I think we went the wrong way on that one. This one just wants to roll over. Yep. He just wants to roll over because he's all oddball shaped, and now there's a cat hair on it. Yeah, and my fingerprints all over it. And it wants, jeez. Oh well. All right. Good thing it's the good thing it's the wax paper. He said you're on the balcony. Is it nice outside? Just sitting out there, enjoying the evening. His cat hair. You're out in the dark. Oh, dark outside, not on the balcony. Yeah, I'm sure it got a little cooler here outside. But it was a pretty decent day. Probably, if I would have not been so tired, I probably would have been able to stream out in the garage and do a little painting on the canvases. So I'd like to get some more of those done before it gets too cold to actually be out in the garage and paint. Paint has a hard time drying once it hits around 50 degrees or lower. So the other day it was nice. It hit about mid 50s. I think the high was almost 60 that day. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, we have, including this, 5 rocks to do. 5 more rocks. I have a whole bag full. I can actually continue and do more, but I'm limited in my table space and places to put the rocks right now. So I have a total of 29 rocks that I have going on right now. But I'd like to do that whole bag. I don't know if I will get to the whole bag, because there are a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks in that bag. Some I don't know if some are broken, so I don't know. But we'll do them all. Might as well even try to sell the broken ones. See if we can make something out of them. But who knows how many I'll actually have ready for the fair. Like fully finished. Because I need to make more prints. So I gotta spend some days working on that and some stickers, and then I gotta get it all ready. But so I forgot I forgot that I scheduled, so I do the scheduling at my job for our team, and I forgot I scheduled myself on the day of the event. So I had to find some people to cover my shift. Unfortunately, we got it covered. Well, we still have to ask one person, but hopefully they will. All they have to do is work a different desk, because they already worked that day. They just work a different desk. But I don't want to assume that somebody wants to do something, but hopefully. I mean, technically, the desk that I work is the desk that is, it's mandatory or prioritized that it is covered. That shift is covered, and the other desk does not. You never know. Some people prefer working one entrance or the other entrance. YouTube hid the comment, Oscar. It's hiding it for my review. It says your sister's in bed. I guess I can see why YouTube would probably mess that. Probably not necessary to let people know. But it says you gotta go. Your phone is about to die. Thank you, Oscar, for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening. I'm sure you have a school day tomorrow. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you hanging with me, listening to my rambles. And I'm sure I'll catch you again in another stream. Somebody's stream, maybe not my stream, but maybe somebody else's stream. Maybe Melody's stream. Okay, rocks. How are we doing? We're running out of table space here, and I got 2 more rocks after this one. So we're pushing our table space. It is 8:36. I'm not sure what time we'll be trying to get dinner started, but we don't want to go too late. And I'm not even sure what. Oh yeah, we were gonna do Loco Moco. So Loco Moco is kind of like a kind of like one of those Hawaiian dishes. It is like a hamburger in gravy on a bed of rice. So you got the hamburger, you put it on the rice, and then you pour the gravy on top of that. Usually it's served with a macaroni salad, but we can't really do that. We're trying to stay away from a lot of carbs, or watch our carbs. And macaroni seems like it's a dish that has a lot of carbs, that pasta. But there are alternatives out there, but they don't taste as good as, the actual stuff. We've had some funny pastas that were low carb. Okay, we got this rock. Oh, I'm not even on screen anymore. It's because I'm sitting back, and well, not really sitting back, but more sat back on my chair. I'd have to pull my camera out a little bit more, but I want to kind of keep it over the table. One more rock left. How are these other rocks? Are they dry yet? So I certainly need a place to put this rock after it's done. How about this one? These ones, they're not, I don't think they're tacky. So we can move some of these out of the way, and I got a spot. Well, everybody, thank you to those that hit the like button. I appreciate it. It's not still not on the camera screen. Trying to keep the rock over the. I gotta extend my arms out, and it's a little tiresome. Okay, guys, I think that is all of our rocks so far. That is all of our rocks. Okay, so let's wipe off that excess, and then let's try to go over the underside of these ones. Get our next coat of primer on these. Hey, nice, that made that covered that nicely. Hopefully it sits okay. Some of these rocks okay. Move these. Sometimes they're hard to grab when they're too close together here. You know, it'd be cool to get them to like kind of, you don't necessarily have to sit flat, but to get them to stand up. But I'd have to modify the rock a little bit to find those points where it would stand upright. Almost need a little rock stand. Rock cradle. To put the rock in. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, this side is looking a little worse for wear. That one has a nice flat round shape to it. That's my wife. She's asking me what we want to do for dinner. Okay. That one's, I think that was one of the first ones. Okay, well, this one still feels a little tacky, but not where it's like sticky tacky. It's like, you could tell it's not quite dried fully. I was doing my flat ones. That's why I ended up running into the ones I just got done, not my just straight white gesso ones. That's why it felt a little not quite dry. So the ones I just got done working on. keyboard's showing up. Ah, come on, keyboard. Go away, keyboard. Well, my wife hasn't responded, so I don't know what's going on. I just have to make the gravy for the loco moco because we already have the rice cooked, and then cook up the hamburgers. So I guess if I wrap this up in about 10 minutes, I can get started so we don't eat late. Well, we're already eating late. Okay, guys. Put this one over here. Oh man, why am I painting the side I already just painted? I'm supposed to be flipped around and do the other side. Now I got 3 coats on this top part. Yeah. That's what happens when you start rushing to do things. And then this guy. Is it this side? You're back. Well, welcome back, Oscar. Your phone must have been really dead. Okay. Well, we pretty much got what we got. Whoops. So, still got about 7 minutes. Let's see what we can do in that 7 minutes. So I know this orange one was gonna get done. Cat hair up in here. Cat hair. Oh, wait a second, I need to get the bunk out of here. Gets caught up in the lid, and it's hard to get the lid back on here. Okay, so we have our orange. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do like a pumpkin. So actually, you know what? I want to do another coat of our orange, but it's got to be a little darker. Ooh, I got this quinacridone azo. If I can get it open. There we go. I don't know how well these will mix. The azo is a pretty transparent color. So I could just use it as a glaze over the orange. Alright. Almost looks like burnt sienna. Okay, let's see. I got a spot. We can put that back where that was. Okay, well, it definitely made the orange a little deeper shade. Yeah, that's good. Well, we got that one. Maybe we can do some teal. I know I didn't get to those ones last time. But it is 8:59, so we're gonna have to wrap up soon so I can start cooking. And hopefully we can eat by 10 p.m. Okay, this side needed a second coat, I want to say. Geez, didn't take much to do that one. What about this one? No, this one had some sides to do. Is it this side? What are we gonna do with this one? Have to put, where is it, zinc white down. Come on, you. Sometimes it's such a pain to open these tubes up. Get that zinc white, everybody's favorite zinc white. Hey, Nico Bryan, you are back. If you don't mind me asking, what are you doing? I am painting rocks. So I'm trying to get some stuff ready to do an art fair, for an art fair. So I was painting rocks so that I have another thing to have at my booth. Or my table. So I'll just paint stuff on the rocks, you know. Maybe I'll put some eyes. I could put some mouths on these guys. Just decorate them. Maybe put some cool words on them, like Sigma, or bussin', or skibbity. No, I probably won't do that. I'll probably put, you're cool. You look like you need a hug today. Or I love you. Stuff like that, you know, corny stuff. People like that type of corny stuff. But, you know, they're little reminders. Whoops. Oh, man. Did I just get blue on that? Yes, I did. I got blue on there. Okay, guys. Well, any other rock that I have that's kind of like Dunzo rocks? Maybe I'll do this one. Since I got a bunch of paint already on there, let's just do it up. Do up a blue rock. Get this rock blue. What if I did a bluey rock? Just put like his face on there. Is it a he or a she? I don't know. You know what? I've never seen Bluey in my life. I've seen the character around here and there, but never watched any Bluey shows. He said cool or oh cool. Yeah, you know, I've never painted rocks before, so figured try something. Gotta have something. Let me get this one out of the way here. And I could put this rock down there. Should probably do some other colors. I could do like little teeny landscapes on them, like a little scene, just to kind of make the rock a little interesting. Not that the rock isn't already interesting. Well, guys, I think that's gonna be it because I gotta kind of get things going for dinner. Splashing all over my computer screen. But thank you guys for joining me. Is it Nico O'Brien? Am I saying that right? I'm assuming. And Oscar G1W6X. These must be like your guys' channel names. Because I don't understand the letter number combinations. They don't look like anything that spell out anything. Okay, guys. Let me cover up this stuff and then we'll sign off. I got to do that from my phone. And next session probably be tomorrow after work. So I work again from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so I'll get off work and we'll probably do the same thing. But thank you, Nico, Brian, and Oscar for joining me, hanging with me in the chat while I paint rocks. Appreciate you too, and all the people that gave me a thumbs up tonight. I appreciate you all. Even if you're not joining us in the chat, that is A-okay. Not everybody is that way. But you know, it's nice. Even if you just throw a hi or a wave, that is cool. But I get it. You know, you don't necessarily have to reveal yourself. That is super duper okie doke. All right, guys. Thank you again, Oscar and Nico, Brian, for joining me. Here's the rocks up close. Hold on a second. There's our rock collection. Yep, my desk is kind of a mess, you see. And I don't have a lot of space on it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a good evening. I will catch you all again. And until next time, bye for now. Peace out, everyone.